Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am Montoya. We're going to discuss this ship right here, which is a Scorpius Antares, a variant of the Scorpius. They removed the turret on top and replaced it with the EMP and quantum jammer. And before I even took a look at what the community was saying about it, I had some of my own ideas, and I want to see how different my opinions are from what else is out there. And we're going to start off with this video here, which is by Board Gamer. And this is where the drama begins. Oh, there's so much drama. So much drama. And the drama begins with this, is that only certain individuals got to try out the ship in the PTU. Some people freaking out about that. It's a streamer privilege. Only some big streamers got access, others did not. It might not be important to you, but if you are a small content creator or a small-time streamer and you want to get an audience, getting one of these ships in your hangar first gets everyone going to your channel, and obviously it's a big boost for you. Now, I don't stream live, so I'm not on that list of people, which is fine. But for people who are actively streaming and trying to build an audience, getting some access from CIG is a big boost to your channel. More people watching your channel means more donations. More donations makes you very happy. So the fact that some streamers got it, other streamers did not, is not sitting well with a lot of people. But at the same time, look at it this way. CIG wants to advertise their new ship. They want people to buy the new ship. Now, they can spend a couple hundred hours making their own footage, creating some excitement around it, or they can simply give out some ships for people to try. They aren't gifting this to Board Gamer here, or this is his channel. They are letting people try it out in the PTU, and it goes away after a while. They don't get to keep it. So as far as advertising a new ship goes, I can't argue with that rationale. What CIG is doing is perfectly fine. You give it to the biggest streamers that have the biggest audiences, and the biggest audiences gets the most eyes on the new ship that you want to sell. It makes sense financially from that point of view. Now, is it fair is another question, and obviously a lot of smaller streamers and smaller content creators will not be happy about it. So my opinion on the ship itself now, let's talk about that. They want a heavy fighter, and they want the heavy fighter to have an EMP and a quantum jammer. I think it's fine. I spoke about this in the previous video. I said as long as it's not controlled by one pilot, we'll make it OP. If there's two people, then it kind of balances out. But you also have the question now, if you have two pilots, wouldn't it be better for one pilot to take out a Mantis and another pilot to be in a light fighter, or another pilot to be in a fully armed Scorpius with a turret, to actually have a better DPS and ability to get targets? That is something you'll have to weigh out in your group, in your org, if it works out better for you. I think it makes more logistical sense in my head to have two pilots in separate ships rather than two pilots in one ship. But if manpower is not an issue, if there's lots of people around and you want to have two people in the ship, it makes sense then. So as far as balance goes, I agree with what they've done here, requiring two people. You see Board Gamer has in the co-pilot seat to basically just control the EMP and quantum jammer. That is it. That is fair balance-wise, in my opinion. So with that said, let's go see what the opinions are from everyone else on this ship. And I saved my reaction. I didn't click on any of these yet. I want to read through them with you to get the live reaction on this, starting with the top one here. The Scorpius Antares is an insulting addition to the ship lineup. I can't wait. Let's go and let's see what that is all about. The co-pilot operates EMP, and that's it. Yes, that's a one-button job. Yes, press the button chart. Yeah, so again, if there was one pilot controlling the weapons and the EMP and the jammer, that will make this a deadly ship. It'll be, imagine two pilots, each of them in one of these ships. It's deadly. The way to balance that out is either reduce the DPS or require to have two people. For a lot of groups out there, two people won't be a problem, but it's too much power in one ship, especially since it's a heavy fighter, in my opinion. So I agree with that. I don't think that's an insult. I think that's the way they're going about balancing it. So the rest of the thread, let's take a look here. The QED dampener being tied to the pilot makes sense, but the dampener really doesn't need a key binding if you place the interaction point elsewhere. All right. The co-pilot position is completely unnecessary. It should be removed. Okay. Give the pilot control. Well, no. If they give the pilot control over everything, that ship is then OP. It's too much power under one ship. Now, the Hawk, being a smaller ship, is fine. The Mantis doesn't have the DPS. It's fine. The Scorpius, having the DPS, the shields, the armor, and EMP, and the quantum dampener, that's a lot. That's a lot of offensive weaponry for a single player to have in a rather fast, nimble ship. So I do not agree with that. And what are the reactions? Baby bottle, face palms. Lots of people agreeing though. Okay, so let's go on to the second thread and see what they say there. Here we go. Scorpius Antares YouTube privilege strikes again. Let's see the complaints. Well, I think I covered that in the first minute of this video, but let's see. So CIG is set to release the newest variant of Scorpius launch. These are eager to learn, blah, blah. YouTubers with access to the unreleased ship. So as long-time PTU tester, I check my hang at the PTU and find I don't have one. Okay, I can understand disappointment there. And yes, I mean, you could be in PTU every single day. You could possibly be in Evocati and still not get... Actually, Evocati probably got access. Did they? Actually, I don't hear anything about that. I don't think they did. But again, it's not about rewarding you for the time you put into PTU. This is more about marketing the ship itself. And the best way to go about marketing the ship is give it to people, high-profile individuals that have lots of media out there, that have the pull, because they're the ones who will be streaming it, and they're the ones who are going to get the people watching it, and that's what CIG wants. Now, can CIG simply give it out to everyone? Yes. I don't see why they can't do that. Anyone who's been involved in PTU, even if you're just going to PTU today, get the ship flat, test it out. Why not? I don't see why they need to do that. So good point there by myself. Going on, after some digging, I found only special people get access to PTU. These aren't the people who have been testing for hours in PTU, submitting bugs, etc. So the Earthfav Space Cadet here, his problem is he's put in the hours. He's put in the time to go into PTU to test. He's filing reports, I'm guessing, and he was not rewarded with early access to the ship. I get the frustration, but at the same time, CIG just wants to get the word out about it. But is there any reason why everyone in the PTU does not get to try the ship out? I don't see why not. People don't like that there's favoritism going on. I understand why, but again, why not just let everyone test it out? Might as well. I think they've done in the past where new ships are simply tossed in PTU, everyone can try it out. CIG should consider that. I don't see what the big deal about that would be. Next good one here. Scorpius is, the Antares is possibly worse idea than the Cuddy Steel. Okay, yeah. If you weren't around, the Cutlass Steel was basically a dropship, but there's every single other dropship which does a better job, also overpriced what it was. I'm not sure what Sergio was thinking. Basically, it said, we have a Cutlass already. What easy variant can we make? And the easy variant was, let's just toss in some drop seats, some extra guns on the sides, and call it the Cutlass Steel. Off we go. I know a few people absolutely love it. They love the concept, they love the idea, and they fly it all the time. But compared to existing dropships, not really the best, and you know, it's not for everyone. The other thing to consider here is that not every single ship is going to be a home run. Some ships will just be meh, some ships will just be terrible, but then there's other ships like the Spirit, I think are absolute home run. Everyone loves it, it's going to be great. So not every ship is going to be the best, not every ship is going to be a hot seller. There will be variants coming along, much like the Antares, where people will be like, take it or leave it, I don't really care. That's what it is. So let's read what Zulu Foxtrot has to say here. So the Scorpius that just came out, some streamers are flying it. Let's discuss the role of the co-pilot. Okay, so complaining about that. Terrible design, bad multi-crew. Wow, people are really hating this. It's ridiculous. The ship is further away from the Pulsar community. Cut the seal money grab bars. All right. Gauging the pulse of the community. CIG knows what the community wants. CIG knows everyone loves the exploration. They know they love the combat ships. But they also want some variety in there. And as I said in the beginning of this bit right now, not every ship is going to be a home run. Some ships are just variants because they just want some flavor in there. Even if this does not sell. Now, I was considering maybe upgrading my existing Scorpius into this ship. But honestly, I'm not sold on it. You know, I'd like to say I'm 60 against, 40 for it. Maybe Eventually, I'll have the F8 Lightning as the heavy fighter in my fleet. Do I need the Scorpius as another heavy fighter? Probably not. Maybe that's where it fits in, because I have a heavy fighter. I just want something else that I can possibly use with a co-pilot. Maybe, but for me, it's not an instant buy. Maybe it's something I'll consider on the line. And again, you don't have to expect every single ship just to be the home run, the big hit. Everything's going to be popular. It's not going to happen. So that sounds epiphany. So this is the reason why they put a pin on the Banu Merchantman. Now, look, the team working on the Banu Merchantman are working on it right now. Making a variant of this ship did not take them 300 hours. I'd be surprised if it was more than 10, 15 hours. In fact, I think this variant was planned right from the very beginning, and they had everything ready to go on it right away. Not very difficult to make, so no, I don't think they put other development ships on hold. I think it's really an easy thing to do. Is it a money grab? Everything is a money grab in Star Citizen. They need to raise money, and this is how they do it, by selling concept ships. No one is forced to buy it. No one is forcing you to buy it. But like the Cutlass Steel, there are fans. There are people I know who love the Cutlass Steel, and I suspect there'll be people who absolutely love this ship too. So if you do like this ship, don't get me wrong, love it all you like, it's fine. And don't listen to what people are saying. Everyone has their own opinion, and that's perfectly fine. And I think we'll find this is the common theme in this release here, is people saying why we don't need this. But yet, you know what? There'll be people who love it. And one last one just to wrap it up. Antares multicrew is dumb and shows CIG doesn't understand practical EMP. Interesting. Let's see what you got, Magma. Operating EMP is a skill, and a skill requires the pilot. Not wrong. Not wrong. But that's why communication is going to be important. The pilot needs to call out exactly, especially if there's two moving targets. The pilot is moving, the target is moving. The pilot needs to be calling it out and saying, get ready on that EMP in 3, 2, 1, and hit it. So communication is going to be the important skill in that. Let's go on. To shut down a target with the EMP, pilot needs to do the following: shred the shields, get in the right position, and fire the EMP with the correct timing. Yeah, it's not easy. So, very correct here, Magma Hindenburg. Love the name. You are correct. It's going to take a lot of coordination between the pilot and the co-pilot. And good points here, because, again, I think my strategy of having a Mantis and a light fighter might be better. So look, if this is really very, very bad for the Antares, then it just won't sell. Simple as that. I don't think CIG spent a lot of time making this ship. I think it was pretty much easy to pull together. And as we end off, let's just take a look at some beautiful images here by Board Gamer. It looks sleek. I like the look. I love the look of this X-Wing type fighter. I think it looks sweet, and with the turret removed, it looks even more smooth and streamlined. But again, as far as functionality goes, again, a co-pilot in there will take a lot of coordination, and it will be tough. Yeah, I think Board Game fires up the EMP, is he? Yeah, there he's charging up the quantum dampener. And let's take a look at it firing off the EMP. Here it comes.
I'm liking the effect. I'm liking the fact there's another quantum jammer in game. Now, if I right click, does that do the EMP? Yeah, so right click is EMP, left click is quantum jammer. We can do them both. Just do a load of disable. It's such a... Oh, that's so weird. Just being able to do both in a ship. I suppose it's just that we haven't been able to do it in a ship. Both.
And that's it. So, functionality wise, yeah, a heavy fighter with these features is pretty deadly. Communication will be important. Balancing it out by having a co-pilot is necessary, in my opinion. Not for me, but I know a lot of people will probably like this. Give me your opinion below. Let me know what you think. Are you buying this? Will you upgrade this? Now, keep in mind my argument. I said the F8 Lightning is most likely my go-to heavy fighter when that's in. Do I need a Scorpius and F8? Probably not. So maybe I upgrade my Scorpius into the Antares for that reason alone. Give me your thought process on that. Let me know. Post below. Always appreciate it. Thumbs up if you like my content. I'll catch you in the next one.